So if you're waiting for NVIDIA's RTX 50 series, well, you may have to wait a little bit more. Now, the release date, nobody really knows. Maybe NVIDIA doesn't really know. It's going to depend on what happens with the general market and what other, obligations that they have. But we're hearing that it may potentially not come out at all in 2024. Before, there were rumors that we would hear about it maybe near the fall of 2024. They would announce them and release either the 5080 or the 5090 first. Those have also moved around a lot. In the past, NVIDIA has done, various variations on which sort of tier of GPU that they release. So if they go with the 5080 first, wouldn't be surprising. If they go with the 5090 first, wouldn't be surprising. What would be surprising is if they don't release it at all, which I don't think it's going to happen. But in 2024, there are some new rumors that they may actually just announce them in January of 2025. And now let's hear a word from our sponsor, VIP-CDKdeals.com, a Windows Pro CD key. Add to cart, you put in code CC20. This will also work on Windows 11. You want to go into your settings in Windows, change and adjust your CD key, click activate, and now let's go back to the video. This would be likely CES 2025. So January is a pretty far away date. I know a lot of people were sort of hoping for the end of this year. Not that there's a huge pressing, concern to get something like a 5090, while the 4090 still seems to be adequately in stock, albeit very expensive. The 4080 Super is still kind of making its rounds, but I'm sure a lot of people that wanted to upgrade probably will be best served in waiting at least a few months, because now we're getting pretty close to the potential announcement and release. And something else to go on is that the performance uptick of these GPUs seems to be pretty significant. Now, something like a 5070 may only get like 25% more performance than something like the 4070 Super, but as you go up to like a 5080, you may start to get maybe 29 to 30% better performance than the 4080 Super. And then when you actually hit the 5090, these are all, of course, speculations and rumors, but some are saying that you may see as much as a 48% uplift in performance. That would be super impressive. That's something that's worth waiting for, because a GPU like that is going to last for even longer than the 4090 has been lasting, and the 4090 has certainly been quite a successful GPU. And of course, there's also some rumors of a potential Titan AI type of GPU, which would be potentially 63% better than something like a 4090, and I wouldn't be surprised if it costs 63% more than a 4090. That's going to be certainly a very expensive GPU. Now, in terms of these release dates, if they announce them in CES, for example, January 2025, they could sort of, have the actual shipping dates spread out by a few weeks like they typically have. So we could potentially start to see them very early in the year, maybe late January, maybe February, like somewhere within January and February, if that's the announcement. If that's the case, it's not like it's too far away. We're just, really losing a few months here. Otherwise, if they announce them in something like August or September, that's going to be a lot closer to where we are now. And obviously, a couple of things to keep in mind is NVIDIA is really focusing on, the AI GPUs and data center. So they may want to sort of prolong a consumer market gaming GPU release as long as they can. Because remember, something like a 5090 or even that new potential Titan GPU, it's going to use that GB202 Blackwell, which is the new architecture. And NVIDIA could definitely use those resources in the much more profitable AI side and data center GPUs. So that's a reason they would maybe want to kind of hold those releases until a little bit later. And then, of course, there's always the question of different tariffs and different, bans in certain GPUs. Like, remember, the 4090 has been banned from going into certain markets, and maybe NVIDIA's trying to see what the atmosphere will be like, and it might be easier to do that in January or February of next year rather than at the end of this year with so much going on. So, interesting to see. So if you're waiting for a new GPU upgrade, it might be a good idea to wait a little bit more, because the performance looks like it's going to be worth it. Hopefully the prices stay the same as it is now. I don't think we're going to get discounts, but at least not going up. And then we'll see what happens when they finally release. So subscribe, smash that like button, and I'll see you guys on the next video.